Hello, everyone. We'll just 2 more minutes, right? We'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start, right? We'll let everyone join. People are still joining. Okay. Hello, everyone. A very good evening. Am I audible? All of you can hear me. Please say yes or no in the chat box.
Yes, Abhishek, we can
Yeah.
hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. Okay. Good. Nice. Cool. So, a very warm welcome to all of you. Right. People are still joining, but since we are already, it's already 8:02, so we'll start the session. Right. So, Uh, okay, so today we have a webinar on Playwright with Python, right? So I'll quickly start with a brief intro about our company, about our GroTechMinds, what we do, what we offer. Some of you might already know, right? Yes. So coming to GroTechMinds, right? We started our journey in the year 2022. It's been around 3 years. We are into the field of technical education, and we are covering all kind of courses related to manual testing, software testing, right? Automation testing with Python, with Java, Selenium. Now we're also introducing Playwright. We have a couple of courses related to API automation, REST assured, ISTQB certification, digital marketing, right? So we have plenty courses, and we also have courses related to projects, right? So that is also there. Cool. Now coming to the main USPs, right, that GroTech Minds offers to all the students is basically we offer real-time projects. We help candidates with the interview preparation. So mock interviews are done. Resume preparation is being done from our side. Real-time projects are offered. Certifications are done, right? So everything is offered by GroTech Minds. Okay. Now coming to, yeah, so what is there for all of you today in the masterclass, right? So obviously, we'll start with the technical aspects. What is web automation testing? Why automation testing is important? What are the tools that are involved? What is Playwright, right? And then we'll, obviously, Dipesh will be covering live demo on writing test scripts, correct? So all those things will be done. And towards the end, we will have a Q&A session. So any kind of technical questions that you have, you can definitely ask. And followed by the special discounts and offers that GoTech Minds will be offering in the courses, right? So that will also be unveiled. So yes, I think now I can hand it over to Dipesh. So Dipesh, you can take it over.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you very much.
I'll stop share my screen. You can
Yeah,
probably start.
yeah. Let me share my screen.
Sure, sure. Guys, I appreciate if all of you can please come on camera. I see only
Yeah,
the page on camera. Please come on camera, guys. Okay, okay.
yeah. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Please confirm.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Dipesh Yadav, and I will be the trainer of this Python Selenium, or sorry, the Playwright course, the Python with Playwright course. So today I will give you complete brief about the Playwright testing tool and what is the demand of this tool. So nowadays, like most of the product-based companies and service-based companies are seeking for the Playwright skill, right? Why it is like now booming in the market, why everybody is talking about the Playwright, right? So that's a reason that we come up with this Playwright course, that how it is going to help you in your career. Okay, so we'll go one by one and we'll brief about each and everything related to the automations and how this Playwright is going to help you in your career. Okay, let's go ahead. So first of all, the thing is, what is web automation testing? What do we do in the web automation testing? So what is web automation testing? So these are the points that we are going to cover. The web automation testings. Why do we want? What are the different tools we will cover, and what is actually Playwright? Okay, so let's move here. So these are the highlight point that is in our course. So Python, obviously it is a Python with Playwright course. There we are going to offer everything from scratch, the Python programming language. Then Playwright is the tool that we will cover about the demo today. And the PyTest framework is a library in the Python through which you can design your framework from scratch, right? And API testings, GitHub integrations with the CI/CD pipeline tool, Jenkins CI/CD pipeline tools, and we will cover all the tools like PyTest, PyCharms, and Jenkins in GitHub, right? So let's talk about what is a web automation. So web automations is basically anything that you can see on the browser is a web, right? So anything, any website that you try to open and you try to click on any particular button, click on a particular link, you send some text to the particular field. So that is your web. And inside this, all different small parts is known as web elements, right? So if you want to automate your website, that could be your own like a private website. It is specific to the company. It could be like a public website. Everybody can use it. So we can automate both, right? And here we in the web automations, we do like a step-by-step execution of the test cases with the help of the web testing tool. So what web testing tools that we are going to cover that today, that is a Playwright, right? And like a testing has a various complex scenarios, which is like your end user testing, system testing, and smoke testing, sanity testing. So all different categories of testing that we have to perform. That has to be included in automations. And why do we need automation? So basically, automations nowadays, people are more interested on that as compared to the manual testing. Why? Because it is a repetitively task. The repetitive task is consuming a lot of time for us, and which is not giving benefits to the company. So people wants to focus more on use cases of the customer specific instead of just like a consume time on same repetitive task again and again. So that's the reason that people like automate. Just okay, repeat it, all repeated stuff, just automate it and focus on the more important areas, right? So that's the reason that the web automations come into the picture. Okay. Now, thing is why it is important, why web testing is important. So basically, we can, when we do web automations, we generally manually do all the actions by clicking element, clicking to button, send text to the field, right? But that we can automate, we can in the sequence we can automate. So we can ensure that it could be a faster executions. We can uncover as many as defect from any of the application, and like we can reuse that script as many as much time. So it will save a lot of time for us, right? And then the customer can also be got a satisfactions. Okay, the product is bug free. We are getting 100% or 99%, because no product can be 100% bug free. It is 99% always. We tend to say that 99% bug free product is there. So that is like a faster delivery, the faster customer requirement, and faster like deployment, right? That we can do with the help of automation, right? Now, in this particular course, we are going to cover the tools. That is the pie chart is the our tool. That is the ID where we are going to write a code. Then the Python is a programming language that we will take as a programming language. Yeah, and the like a Playwright support many other language like Java, JavaScript, .NET, and these are the programming language that you can play with the Playwright. But this is specific for Python only, right? And the tool that we will cover, it is a PyTest library. Then the GitHub is one of the tool that is going to help us to do manage our code, right? Then next we'll go, yeah. So why Playwright? Why do we need Playwright? We have a lot of tool in the market. Why we are talking about the Playwright now, right? Why people are moving towards Playwright now? So the one of the things that I can say, uh, Playwright is a very easy and the well like a performance based tool that you can do synchronous testing and asynchronous task performance as well, right? So it can do parallel executions with the different browsers, right? And that with the test script you can do that. So you can execute your test script with different browsers like your Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. These are the options available in the Playwright. You can automate whenever you want, right? Easily you can do the headless automations in the Playwright, right? The main feature of the Playwright, it is a basically auto wait. So whenever we write any of the script, either it could be Selenium in the Java or Python, we have to specifically mention the wait time for each of the element. But here in the Playwright, no need to mention the wait time. It is automatically going to wait for the specific element is there or not, right? And then you can put any of the assertion conditions to verify that, okay, my things are there or not. We can verify the headings, we can verify the text box, we can verify the buttons and any action that you want to perform, right? And it has the built-in frameworks that you can execute your like a record your sessions, record your script with the help of one of the tool that is a code chain. So you just need to initiate the code chain and click, perform your operations, and it will write entire script for you. You just need to modify and use your framework, right? You can easily integrate a Playwright script with the any of the CI/CD pipeline tools. So like what is a boom? And trust me, just go on the LinkedIn and search for Python with Playwright. You will get a lot of openings right now in the market, which is India and outside India as well, right? So like the something now, even you can't believe the companies are writing their UI, which is compatible to the Playwright tool, right? So I'll show you some of the example as well that how it is exactly picking up the IDs and values from the web tool. Yeah, Raju, what's your question? Yeah, Raju, you raise your hand. Do you have any question?
I think we can cover Q&A towards the last.
Yes. Okay, no problem. We'll definitely cover that. So if he has any specific questions related to the Playwright, so that's the reason I asked. Okay. So these are the features we have in the Playwright. So that is going to help us to automate any of the website. Now the next thing will go, which is the Python programming language. Why do we choose the Python programming language? Why it is like important? And nowadays, why people are like more inclinations toward Python as compared to that programming language in the market, which is like Java, C Sharp, and JavaScript and all this. So I would simply say that if you are new to the programming, right? And you don't know about programming much and you want to go and initiate your like a coding journey, then Python is one of the best option for you, right? Even the persons who don't know anything about the technical knowledge, he can easily learn the Python programming. And like it has like Python programming is a completely object oriented programming. So there is no comparison specific to the Java and Python. So now, like Java has their own things that is the people are working, but Python has like a Java. It is a scripting language. It is an automation language. It is the like a web development language. You can do anything in the Python, right? Now, artificial intelligence, machine learnings, in a lot of areas, people are using the Python, right? So now the Python programming is a very booming programming language in the market. So it are like platform independent. It is very simple to use. So whenever you are writing a code in a Python, it means you are writing just a simple plain English language. So no need to like remember complex keyword of the other programming language like Java or JavaScript. So Python is just simple plain English language, right? So you just need to focus on your logic instead of the keyword learning, right? Now, like you can design any kind of applications. As I said, like data science, web development, and artificial intelligence, machine learning, any kind of application development that you want to do the programming in Python, you can do that, right? It is an interpreted language. What does it mean, interpreted language? So interpreted language, it means whenever you're writing, like say 5 or 6 line of code. So generally, in most of the programming language, it compiles entire files and then it gives you output. But what Python does, it compiles line by line and gives you output after each line compilation. So no need to compile in one file at a time and then do like a solid. No, just one line and you get output. So it is like a scripting, like a cell scripting. You just want to execute one single line, you can execute and you can get out, right? That's the reason Python is known as an interpreted language, right? And we know that all over the world people are talking about the Python. So it has a good community support and the active support in the internet. You just need to type your problems, in a second you can get a solution, right? Seamless integration with other programming language. So Python, let's say your legacy applications in some Java, C, C++. But now you want to move ahead with Python. So whatever code that previously you have written in applications, you can easily integrate with the Python with the help of some like connecting like libraries, which is Jython for Java, Python for C, C++. So you can easily integrate that. So other programming languages also can integrate with Python, right? As I said, you can do web development. You have various different libraries. Now people are using like a DNA testing with the Python. People are using like automating the mechanical stuff, Python. They are automating the robot as well with the help of Python. So it has a huge library support, right? And like data science and machine learning as well, so all of that, right? So that's a reason that Python we are more inclined towards, and this course is completely designed for the Python programming with Playwright. Okay, so what is the code flow of the Pythons? Whenever you write any code on the code editor, simple 5 to 6 line of code you will write. So that is your .py file. The extension of the Python file is a .py, and it goes in an interpreter. So the goes in an interpreter, it compile your code, convert your code in a bytecode, and then it will go to the virtual machine and you'll get an output. So it will go line by line. No need to specifically compile. It is an auto-compile programming language. It is a dynamic programming language, right? So no need to specifically mention, or now I have to use a specific compiler to compile it. No, interpreter will do everything for you. And Python is a dynamic programming language. So everything will be done by Python itself. No need to worry anything, right? So it is a very seamless process for anyone to learn this stuff. No complex things are there, right? Now the Playwright. So first thing, Playwright is open source tool, right? Now it is a faster and reliable test execution, right? With the help of auto-wait. So if you're like any of the web element is not there, so auto-wait it based, and you can specify the screenshot capturing and everything there, right? Support different programming language, Java, JavaScript, Python, right? You can execute the parallel executions with the web applications across multiple browsers, Chromium, Firefox, WebKit. What is a WebKit? If you heard about this word first time, what is a WebKit? So WebKit is specifically for the like a iOS and Safari, which is the end of your Mac OS Mac OS and Safari and iOS. So if you are interacting with any of your iPhone device, so you can do the mobile automation as well with the Playwright. So the kit is going to help. And if you are dealing with the only with the Windows machine, so you can easily do with the Chromium and Firefox, right? Then we can execute the code in a headless mode. It has a auto build functionality support with the continuous integration CI/CD pipeline like Jenkins. So that we will take in this course entirely. Okay. Now, next thing is how the Playwright works. So whenever you write any code, it goes via WebSocket, which is the internal protocol that generally WebKit is going to connect with your programming language. The programming language will send the command to the different browsers, and then it will give you the command so you can execute any of the browser. It could be a Chrome, Firefox, Edge, any of the browser. So it's a very simple process, right? No complex scenario here, right? Now, so Playwright is basically, if you heard about the tool, that is a Selenium, it is a similar like that, right? So it is help you to automate. But whenever you do automate, you have to organize your code. So what is the organization of the code? That is known as a framework design, right? So framework design, it means you have to put your test cases in a form of test suites where the all steps you have mentioned, and you have to categorize your test case as well in the groups like a smoke test cases, sanity test cases, regression test cases, functional, non-functional, and then you have to categorize these test cases. So how you can do easily? So you can do these things with the help of the PyTest library. So PyTest is a library of the Python that going to help you to design a framework, right? So in a course, we will completely design the framework from a scratch. So the framework design part will be a hybrid framework. So hybrid framework, there you are going to automate test files, test functions, execute it, generate HTML report, right? You can like take a screenshot, logging of the each of the test cases. So your the test cases should be like longer we can use it, and we can increase as many as volume we want, right? It is quick, easy to learn, right? And we can run a specific number of test cases from the test suite. Let's say 1,000 test cases in your framework, but if you want to execute only 5, 10, or the specific feature test cases, so that you can also execute with the help of PyTest, right? If you want to, let's say some of the test case that you don't want to execute your script, like particular feature is not working, you want to skip those test cases, you can mark skip in the test case itself, right? And you can easily do the API testing as well with the PyTest framework. So it is like win-win situations, completely framework designs, and for the standard companies in the market. So we can decide it, and that we will do in our entire course, right? Now, API testing. So API testing is also part of the course that we will do with the help of Python, right? And we'll integrate in our framework where we'll talk about how the API works, what are the different type of APIs, what are the different type of methods generally API use, what type of API we use. So generally nowadays 90% of the companies using REST API. And the REST API, you have to follow the different type of method, get, post, put, delete, patch. So everything will automate in our course, and then we'll do end-to-end testing of API with the PyTest framework itself. So in the same framework, you can automate web test cases. Same framework, you can automate your API test cases as well, right? And that is from a scratch, completely from a scratch, right? Now, next thing is GitHub. So whatever code that we are writing in our machine, so it is not possible to execute automations daily basis from your machine only, right? So you have to put your code somewhere in the centralized location so the entire team of yours can be accessed. So for that, we need a central locations. So that for that we have a GitHub server, or we can say GitHub storage, where you can put your all the codes and you can execute the code from there itself. right? So GitHub help you to manage your version controlling. If your data loss is there, they can easily recover it, right? Something is not appropriate, so your project management, your team members can review your code and easily can give you feedback with the help of GitHub. And let's say if you have 10 people in a team and all the 10 people want to work on one project, then they can easily work with the GitHub repository. So in a GitHub, we generally create one repository. In that repository, all the people of the team is going to work. And in our training, similar like a company environment will create, right? So all the students is going to be part of one repository. I'll show you the demo as well, that how we are doing with the current batches, right? So all the peoples are going to connect one repository. Everybody is going to push their code in the same repository, right? So in a second, if I'll push a code, that will available on your machine, right? So no need any mail or any storage location, nothing, not on the Google Drive. Every code will go to the Git. You can easily access on your machines. You can execute it. Even whatever code that you are writing, you can push, and even I can check regularly whenever you want, right? So that is the main help of the Git. And we will talk about multi-branching, how to set up the project, how to do the entire VR process in the GitHub. Everything is like complete the SJ profile here, right? So it has a like a public-private repository you can create. And let's say whatever repository code that you have provided, if you want to execute that code with the any of CI/CD pipeline tool, so you can integrate GitHub with any of the tool, which could be a Jenkins, Bamboo, or any other tool. So specifically, we are going to use Jenkins. We'll copy the code from your GitHub to the Jenkins server, execute your automation code in a different type of machines. It could be a Linux machines, it could be a Windows machines, it could be a Mac machines. It will execute your code on different machines, and then it will give you the output, like a result back. It could be a XML result, it could be a HTML result, so that you can easily send on the mail, right? So that is the entire part of the process. Okay, so as I said, the Jenkins, what Jenkins does. So Jenkins is basically help you to execute the automation code that you have written. Generally, we don't execute the production code, generally don't execute on your local machine. It has to be execute on some production server, right? It could be a virtual machines, it could be your Docker container. So you can execute with the help of Jenkins there itself. So Jenkins, we will connect with the GitHub, get a code from there, and then we'll try to execute and return it. And Jenkins help us to for like a deployment, test executions, and then you can do schedule of your test execution with the help of Jenkins. So easily you can do that. Okay. So what are the things that we are going to cover, which is like complete foundation of automation testings, hands-on learning. Definitely everything will be a hands-on based, real-time world scenarios, interactive sessions, right? It's a live session that I'm giving to you. So you can ask questions whenever you want, a regular assignment, and Python, Playwright, PyCharm. These are the tools that we are going to cover. And yeah, and then the two projects we will cover, one project that I'm going to do and one project you guys have to do from end to end from your end, right? So the two project will cover, right? Then who can take this course, right? So the person, the one word I can simply say, the persons who want to grow in their career as an automation engineer, they can take this course, right? So he can belongs to any of the field, as I say, literally any, technical, non-technical, IT, non-IT, sales, marketing, any of the field, right? So if you want to jump towards the IT industry, that you can take this course. Currently, you are working as a manual tester. You want to grow in your career, that you can take a course. And the completely who don't know that, okay, just want to start my career now as a fresher, you can also take this course, right? So it could be any IT professionals, business analysts, software testers, software developers, any engineer, any of the degree, doesn't matter, right? Only that you should have willingness of the learn. So the training is not any assumption, based on any assumption that you have prior knowledge of any programming language. No, it is completely zero knowledge needed for any of the technical stuff, right? So that is our complete course stuff. Sure. So yeah, now we will show you first of all, I'll show you the demo, right? Just a second. Okay, so I'll show you the demo how Playwright works. Before that, I would like to show you our entire repository, that how generally we work in the current batches, that people generally interact with the repository so they can easily see it, right? Easily they can communicate each other, right? So I'll simply show you. Just give me a second. Right? So I'm opening a GitHub server. On the GitHub server, you can see we have a different batches repositories. So this repositories we have, and each of the team member will have their name in the repository. So you can see we have the current batch. All the people have their different names and their directories. So anyone wants to push a code, they can push a code there, and I can easily just go to their particular folders and see that what code they have written, what progress they have made so far, right? So it is very easy for me to track your progress. And even let's say one single line of code that I'm writing in the regular sessions, so you can easily check it. So you can see my folder name is also given there with the name is Dipesh. So inside the page, you can see we are working on the Python programming folder. And then we have this all stuff, which is the all different topics that we have covered. So you can just go through it and you can check the code there itself, right? So it is very easy for anyone that you want to learn, anything that is you forget, the code is there, you can see that. Okay, so this is how we generally work. Now we will give you the demo, right? How the particular script work in the Playwright. Okay, so what are the different commands that generally we have to use it for executing any of the Playwright script? Okay, so here I'll write it down the simple sample demo. So Playwright demo, one Python file. So it is the tool, which is the ID, PyCharm ID, where we are going to write a code. So it is a Playwright demo dot Python file I'm creating, right? And in the Python file, here we have to write some steps, right? So what are the steps that we have to write? Simply, first of all, we have to import the Playwright, right? So we'll say from Playwright. So it will show you the Playwright. You can see from Playwright, right? Then dot, we have sync API. Then we have to import sync Playwright. Now we will initiate the Playwright object. So we'll just say Playwright is equal to sync Playwright dot start. So it is going to start your Playwright server. Now you want to launch a browser. Any of the automations, you have to launch a browser. So for this, you can just simply say browser is equal to Playwright dot. Then you have to mention which browser that you want. So currently we want to work on the Chrome. So here the Chromium. Then you want to provide the what action that you want. So we want to just launch the browser. So it is launched. Now here we have one option, which is you can say that you want to execute your code in a headless mode or not. So you can simply say headless is equal to false. So we want to execute the code in a like a headless mode. We want to see the execution. So that's the reason we are saying headless equal to false. So we'll see both the options. So page is equal to here browser dot, then we have to add a new page. So new page is going to open in a browser. Then we have to open the particular website. So the which website we want, let's say we want to automate a facebook.com. So page dot, we have to go to, there you have to specify your URL of your website. So just say https colon www.facebook.com, right? Now, then what should we do? So we have to automate the automate the facebook.com. So I'll walk you through. Here is a facebook.com. And in the facebook.com, we have a username, email ID, password, and have to click on a login button, right? So how to identify this element? We generally identify this element by the attributes. What are the attributes? So the attributes belongs to this, the code behind the the web it is written, that is an HTML code that we can see. So if you want to automate this email, then you can see here, simply you can see this is input, which has the different attributes. But you can specifically see the data test ID, one of the things, right? So the specific Playwright is going to interact with this ID, right? Generally, it has an ID, name or anything, but we have a specific data test ID. So you can see Facebook. Facebook is the companies that it is a public company that people are using. So you can simply say that here, like a page dot that the get element by test ID. So you can just say get by test ID. Right now, what is the test ID? If you want to automate, what is the test ID here? We have the test ID is a royal email. You just need to mention this is a royal email. What you want to do? I want to fill some content to that particular field. So just say it is user1@gmail.com. I want to use this, right? Now, next is page dot get by test ID, right? Get by test ID. Again, for the password, we'll see that here, password field. We'll look into the password field. Here is the password field. Again, we have the data test ID, which is the real password. We'll use it. Then we'll again fill some content, right? Here, say I'll just provide username @1234. So it is just random username password I'm entering just to show you that, okay, how it works when we execute this script, right? Then we'll say page dot, then the next operation that we want to do on the login button, right? So this is the login button. Again, this login button also has the data test ID is equal to royal login button. Copy it. We can simply use get by data test ID, and here the button you want to click on it. So you can simply click, right? So just to show you, it should not close the browser. So I'll put some time slip just to hold this browser, otherwise it will close quickly, right? And we can take a screenshot as well. So let's say I want to take a screenshot of my page where I'm doing the operation. So I'll say take a screenshot. You'll say facebook.png, right? So we took a screenshot, and after that I want to close the browser. So we'll say browser.close. Right? So simply you can mention, right? Yeah. Right? Let's see how it is going to work. This is a one simple script that I have written to open a Facebook page where it is going to enter username, password, and click on login button, and then it will take a screenshot. Right? Let's see. Okay. Now you can see the browser is there, launch. It should enter username, email ID, and then it clicked on login button as well, right? The browser, it is not maximized, maybe because of the memory it is happening. We'll keep it short for now. Now you can see username, password enter, and clicking on login button, right? And it is showing that, okay, something went wrong in the error there. And it took a screenshot as well. If you can see, this is a screenshot where it is showing the password that you entered is not correct. Right? So this is the sample script. Now, how we can record and play. So it is a line by line we have created, right? Same script that we will try to record, right? With the help of tool in the Playwright that is called CodeGen. So CodeGen is basically you just need to launch it any of the website that you automate in the Playwright, you can easily automate. So what should we do in this case? So we just need to open a terminal. Okay. So I'll open terminal here, and I'll type simple command, right? Playwright, then CodeGen, right? So what it will do, it will open a browser for us, which is the Chrome browser, and in the inspector, you can see it opens one browser, it opens one inspector here, right? So the default, it is launching a browser. In the inspectors, the code is written. Now, whichever URL I open, it will enter in this particular reader as well, right? So here we can just simply say https://www.facebook.com, right? Hit enter. So you can see now it is updated in my in a script, which is facebook.com enter. Now anything that I want to enter, user one at the rate gmail.com, and next I want to enter the password, uh, user at the rate 12345, some random password, then click on login button, right? So the step that I have performed, you can see it is recording each of the steps. What are the actions that I'm doing? Just need to copy the script and execute in your editor, right? So this is how it works. This is how it is executing the code, right? So this is how the script works. Okay, I'll stop the recording. Yeah, the options we can record and we can close the pub, right? We just need to copy and then we can paste the code there anywhere, any of the script. Okay. I think we'll lost it, but we can copy. I close it by mistake. I need to copy it, but yeah, we can copy and we can execute. Okay, so now we are ready for Q&A. So please ask your questions, what you have in your mind. Yeah, so some of the people are asking that I'm undergraduate student from Sri Lanka. Okay, so like it is a graduate, undergraduate, doesn't matter, right? If you want to learn, you can learn, no problem. Yeah, so we'll take a question from Vijit. Yeah, Vijit, what's your question?
Yeah, Dipesh, good evening.
Very good evening, Vijit.
I have a couple of questions. First is regarding the API automation.
Mhm.
So, are you going to cover the basic part CRUD operations, or it will be in detail like some advanced topics?
So in details, basically start from the basic, what is API, and
Mm-hmm.
then we'll go for each of the trading get, post, put, right? And fetch, delete, all the actions we'll do in the automations, and we'll show you the manual option as well, that how to first do manual and how to automate the same API. And along with that, the advanced option is like a authentication.
Mm-hmm.
Authentication with the credentials, authentication with the tokens, and how you can integrate in framework as well. Okay, so
Okay.
that will be covered.
So, what we can do in rest assured that all things can be done with Playwright, or
Yes, yes, yes. We
okay.
can do that. So that is a part of Python. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
Python and Playwright that you can both use it. So
Okay.
Python has a library called a request library through which you can automate any of the API.
Okay. And I believe it will be a two-way communication when the class is
Yes, it
conducted, right?
is
So we
what we
can
are doing
resolve
right
our
now.
query. Okay, great.
Yeah,
That's
it
great.
will be it will be completely what we are doing right now. So
Mm-hmm.
you can just raise your hand and the questions you can ask in the class itself.
Okay. I
Okay.
already registered for this class. I'm just eagerly waiting when it will start. So yeah, thanks
Sure,
for
sure, sure.
yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Abhijit. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yes, Shubhu, please ask your question.
Hi, Dibesh. Good evening.
Very good
My
evening.
question is, I already done automation testing Java
Mhm.
with Selenium. So instead of Eclipse Writer only, the Playwright is the current market, right?
No, so the Eclipse is a completely different thing. Eclipse is the editor, right? So in
Editor,
place of
yes.
the Eclipse, we have the PyCharm is the editor, right? Now you must have used TestNG as a like a framework in the
Yes.
Java Selenium. So in place of the TestNG, we have the PyTest, right? So it is a
Okay.
resemble of that. So when you go towards on the Python, so we have a PyTest framework for the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Subbu. Thank you very much. Yeah, Raju, please ask your question.
Hi, Dinesh. Good
Yeah,
evening.
very good evening.
Yeah, here my question is, we have Selenium and Playwright, right?
Yeah.
For Selenium, we have big community, like so larger companies are using Selenium for automation testing.
Mhm.
And if we see that Playwright is uh, in operational from 2020, it seems.
Yeah.
So
So it is a Microsoft
one,
product.
yeah. But
Yeah.
now here my question is, as of now, all the people are preferring AI with testing, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think Playwright will not support AI anymore without any external rules. So, is it really good if we learn Playwright right now. Instead of there are so many frameworks which are using AI, like if you see SHTS, automation testing, all those things.
Okay.
This is my
So
question. Really,
yeah, Raju. So do you have any of the do you remember any of the framework which is open source and they are using AI?
no.
No. So that's the reason. If the
Hmm.
AI is the integration of the part of the automation, yeah, I know that there are tools are available in the market, but those are paid too, right? So testing is something that is the part of the any of the organization, but organization don't want to pay a huge amount of like a license amount key, right? License amount for any of the automation tasks. That's the reason people are more interested toward the open source. I'm not sure about the future right now, but whatever future we have in the current market, right? Whatever the things are current market, they people are more keen towards the open source, right? It could be a Python Selenium, Java Selenium, and Playwright Selenium as well, right? Like a Python with Playwright. So now the Playwright is a booming tool in the market that people are using it. They have a lot of demand as well, right? Which is slightly different from the Selenium. So we have a market, right? So definitely we should go for it, right? AI, if you work on AI, then you are focusing on a specific company which are able to pay you the license amount, which is I think the mid scale or small scale companies doesn't agree on that, right? If you have a big company, then definitely they can agree on it to pay a license fees, right? So upcoming
Okay.
days, maybe it could be the open source as well. There you can integrate ChatGPT or any DeepSeek AI tools for the automating. But right now it is not in a huge case, you can say. Yeah.
While writing Saga, it is easier than Selenium. Frankly, telling that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
rather than that framework and API automation and
Yeah.
mobile automation, is there any other benefits which we have with the
So
Playwright?
yeah. So we are not so in this particular course that is specific for web automations, we are not going to include the we can say mobile automations. Mobile automation is altogether differentiation that is need a different approach itself, right? So we are focusing on the web automations with the help of Playwright. Definitely you can do the mobile automation as well, but again there are different tools, settings, and the environment required for the mobile automation, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But you haven't mentioned any web automation there. Only you mentioned API and mobile automation in the first line.
So I haven't mentioned what about, sorry, can you please repeat?
Web automation. Web automation. You
Yeah,
mentioned only
web automations definitely will cover. The mobile automation is not a part. Web automations, API automations, and the Jenkins is like a CI/CD pipeline that we will cover.
yeah,
And
Jenkins, all these are integrated only.
yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Yes, Saroj, please ask your question.
Hi, Diptesh.
Yeah,
Good evening.
very
So
good evening,
my
Saroj.
question is why it is called as event-driven architecture? Like Selenium is BDD, so why it is called like event-driven architecture? Can you explain that?
Yeah, so it is called event driven because let's say we are doing finding the event. If you go Selenium, we have the specific locators, right?
Yes.
Right. So through the
Yeah.
locators only you can find the elements, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or for any
Yes.
actions, let's say you want to handle drop downs, then we have a select class. If you want to handle, let's say, drag and drop, then you have to the chain actions class, right? But in
Yes.
the Playwright, the whatever the events that you want to do, so no need to import a separate library, right? Everything
Okay.
is a predefined available in the Playwright. You just need to mention the that particular event and you can perform it, right? Either you can just they take a screenshot, select the values, drag and drop, hover on the element, right? Scroll and to
Yes.
the
Yes.
web. So on the Selenium, we need to we can say we have to
Ye-
combine these multiple things and then you'll get output, right? But
Yes.
here it
Correct.
is a one single bunch for you that can do everything for you in a go. No need to play with the multiple libraries, right? So for each event, it is already event available in the Playwright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got. Yeah. So my second question is like how it is different from Selenium, like why people are choosing this one, not
Easy to
Selenium.
use. Easy to use.
Okay.
Simply one word, easy to use. Right? In a Selenium, you can see if you want to write anything, then basically you have to write some code that you have to let's say I want to click on any element, right? So generally in the Selenium, we have the implicit weight and explicit weight, right?
Yes.
Right? So you have to mention
Yes.
the implicit weight or explicit weight with the different weight conditions, right?
Yeah.
But here in the Playwright,
Yes.
you do different weight conditions. It is automatically weight for the element. And I didn't mention anywhere the weight conditions, right? In this script, right? So that's a reason it is easy to use and it has auto weight options, right? And if you want to execute the like a test script with the headless mode, then what you have to do, you have to add options, then you have to add arguments, and then there's this headless and you have to do that. But now it is by default available for you. You just need to do true and false.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
the much more things that like made it easy as compared to Selenium.
Okay. Yeah, I understood.
Thank you. So the companies are adapting it. You can search on the LinkedIn. You'll get a lot of openings related to Playwright.
Yes. In my company also, they are like using this one only with Java.
It is there. It is there. People are adopting. Even they are adopting the Playwrights.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Rahul. Please check your question. Thank you, sir. Saroj. Thanks for your question. Yes, Rahul.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, very good evening, Rahul.
Sir, I have heard that Playwright is powerful only when it is used with JavaScript as compared to Java. So is it necessary for us to learn JavaScript also?
No, it is not like that. So it supports multiple programming language. It is a Python, Java, .NET, whichever programming language that you are comfortable, you can work on it. It is not compulsory. What do you mean by powerful? It is depend on your requirement, right? If you want to automate any website, it hardly matters of seconds in terms of performance, right? So then as compared to the Selenium, it is a more efficient tool as compared to the Selenium, which could be any programming language. Doesn't matter. It could be JavaScript or Java or Python. Right, Rahul?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Rahul. Yes, sir. Sujay. Yeah, please ask your question.
Yeah. Hi, Divesh. Good evening.
Very good evening, Sujay.
Yeah, thank you. So my first question is like how much we are going to explore in CI/CD pipeline and in those area, and how we are going to automate on those area is like what are the course regulatory there? If you can tell us little bit.
So I explained you about the tool that is a GitHub, right? GitHub server. What generally we do in the GitHub, we put our automation code, right? So we have written the code. Code is there. Now you have to execute it, right? So manually it is not possible to execute. So what we will generally do, we integrate our GitHub with any of the CI/CD tool. So what we will do in our course, we'll install Jenkins from scratch on a machine, right? Then we'll create our Jenkins job, right? We can schedule that job. We can do logging of the day. We can do parameterization of the job, and we can connect that job to the GitHub server, and we can schedule whenever we want to execute it. So what that particular Jenkins job will do, it will get a code from GitHub, and you just need to mention, okay, in that particular machine I want to execute. So it will pull that code on that machine, execute it, get a result back, and you'll get a notification, right? Then you can schedule it. You can copy your all recording content, right? And if you want to execute some other test case as well along with the API UI, you want to execute API, so you can do parallel executions of the job as well. So this kind of things we'll do in the CI/CD pipeline, right? So generally the Jenkins is a part of the DevOps tool, right? But for the automation person that who knows that how to execute, how to debug a code, if the some failures happen, then how we can check it. So if we know this kind of stuff, that is, I think, more than enough for you guys, right? To design a pipeline thing is a part of the DevOps tool. That is not of your part, right?
Okay, and another question, as per API testing, what all things that we are going to explore?
So API testing from scratch, everything. What are the different methods? What is the API? How work? What is the status code? Manual verification with the postman, and same we are going to automate it, right? From scratch, right? Everything. It is not like that, okay, script by script we'll do that. We'll convert it and we will automate and we'll integrate in PyTest framework as well. So whatever hybrid framework with the help of page object model we'll design, we'll integrate in that framework as well. So it is completely company standard level of code.
Okay, and one more question. So, if by true heart, if you are completing this course, so how much experience we will be having? Like in what area we can say we will gain some experience. We are already seen the things that you were going to cover, but even though what we can say.
So if you are like any of the manual testing or a fresher completely, so if you dedicated work from like a 3 to 3.5 months in the entire training, so I would say you can claim in the industry you have 3 to 4 year experience in the company, which is a current work experience that you have, right? Currently, at any work you are doing, it could be a manual tester, it could be any other work that you are doing. But if you are completed the course, then I can simply say you can claim that you have a 3 to 4 year experience.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Deepas.
Yeah, Sujit. Thank you very much. Yeah, Sharika. Yeah, please raise question.
Yeah, Dipesh, hello.
Yeah, hi, Kaushik.
About the code that you have showed to us in Python, you have used the sync playwright, right? Sync underscore playwright, something to
Yes.
install. So we don't need to install the playwright in Python. Like, do you think like we are doing in the TypeScript npm install playwright?
Yes.
We don't
We
need
have
to
to
do.
install. We have to install. We have to do pip install playwright. So I didn't show you how to install command because it is just to show the demo. So everything
Yeah.
that will cover. So the installation part I didn't cover.
Okay, I thought like if in Python it automatically is
No,
like.
no, no, no. We have to install it. It is a separate library, right? When we are
Yeah.
importing, we have to install it. Like Selenium, generally we install. So Playwright, we have to install. Yes.
Okay. And my another question is, can we go for the desktop application with Playwright?
No.
No.
Playwright doesn't work with the desktop application.
Okay.
Desktop application is the altogether different thing where you cannot find the web elements or things, right? So if you want to explore the web automations tool, then that is a AutoEat tool in the market, or it is a like a freeware tool that if you want to look for,
Actually,
then
it's not a desktop, it's an Electron application. On the top, we have a browser, Electron, and then the application is built. Can we automate that in
so
Playwright?
anything that you can open on the browser, we can automate.
It's not opening on browser, but it's Electron browser. Like you cannot see the browser, but it's Electron. That is the application actually. Can we do it
Yeah,
on?
it is applications, then definitely we cannot do that. But if it is a browser, it could be Chrome, it could be Firefox, anything. So if like a application is opening on a browser, we can do that. If it is not, it is like it is a desktop applications like your we can say like we generally use any of the antivirus or any of the pop-up tool or anything. So that we have a different tool for automation, right? So that we cannot do with the Playwright.
Okay. My next question is that the last question about the API that you are going to cover. API knowledge that I have, but about how to integrate with the Playwright. What we are going to cover with the Playwright actually.
So basically, the Playwright has the API things. It is with the help of Python, which is the request library. So in the Playwright, we have the built-in get methods, post method, put method, patch method, all methods you can execute. You just need to provide your payload and your headers and URL, right? Then you'll get a response, and then you can validate the response, assert the particular values. You can do that. So we'll do in the form of test with the help of PyTest. So it is a combination of the PyTest, Python, and the Playwright. It is not one single task. Right?
Okay. And do we have a framework for that or?
Yeah, no, we will do that. We will design it.
Oh.
Yeah, we will design in the class itself.
Okay. Okay, Dipesh. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarika.
Yeah.
Yeah. Naren, yeah, please raise your question.
Yeah, hi Dipesh. Can you hear me? Good
Yeah, I
evening.
can hear you.
So, how much deeper we are using OOPS concept for automation testing?
So whenever we are talking about the framework design, the complete framework design will happen in the OOPS concept only, right?
Okay,
So
we'll use the entire OOPS concept like as a four principles, or you are using just a one concept like as inheritance?
no. So initially when we do Python programming, right? So there I'll explain you everything about the OOPS, right? What is OOPS,
Okay.
how to use OOPS, what are the inheritance, polymorphisms, abstractions, everything. Then whatever concept that we learn, we'll use in our while designing the framework, right? So to create a test file, so we generally use a page object model that is a design pattern, right? So in that design pattern, so we have to place the classes in this format where each particular page has different class. We have to define methods, right? And then we have to create object to access all of the methods. So this entire OOPS concept is going to use in the framework design, because the companies are not going to go script by script. They have to go by a class concept in the framework design. So that will completely 100% use the concept what we learn in the Python.
Okay. So as a developer, they need to strengthen the OOPS,
Yes,
but as a automation, but as a tester, you need to use or not. I don't know.
No,
So
we have
that's
to
why.
use it. When the framework design, you have to use it. Once it is designed, like the framework is stable, then you just need to go ahead, modify, update the number of methods in that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Naren. Yeah, Martha, what's your question?
Yeah, I'm just seeing the screen that you're sharing at the moment. Sorry, I joined a bit late. I might have missed a couple of things that you have already explained. So, does this fees includes all the options that are listed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it includes the performance testing as well with the Playwright or with JMeter and BlazeMeter?
JMeter, with JMeter.
Okay. Okay. One other thing is you also mentioned something about AI. Will that be included in this course as well, integrating this with AI technologies?
I don't think so. We have mentioned anywhere AI.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
So it was question from someone that we are including or not. So AI is the paid tool generally in the market, right? So those are not open source. So the Playwright is completely open source. We are not going to integrate any of the AI things here.
Okay. And what are the timings of this course and all those details? How can we get access to it?
Yeah, you'll get on the chat.
So what you can do, right? Those who are interested, I have been sending a form in the chat box, correct? So if you're interested, you can definitely fill the form, whether in this course or any of the courses that are provided by GroTechMinds, right? You can fill the form and team will get in touch with you. They'll explain all the details and whatever the queries or clarification that you need, that also you can ask, correct? Now, the tentative start date, right? The batch start date for the Playwright Python is March 7th, right? So you can see the first week of March. And the timing that we'll be fixing for this batch would be 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., correct? And classes will be conducted from Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday will be regular off.
Okay. Monday to Friday. But the problem is people who are outside of India, how do they connect on this?
So we'll have to see that, but as of now, this is the timing that will be for this batch, right? Basis the page availability and like the majority Indian students. So this is the slot that is available as of now.
Okay, okay. So there is no plan to conduct these classes over weekends?
No, no. This is going to be a weekday batch itself. This will not be conducted in weekends.
Oh, okay, okay.
Will there be any change, sir, in timings? Like, I won't be available at 8 to 9, suppose.
So there'll be no change in timing, right? So what we do, right? See, since most of you are working professionals, right? There is a possibility that let's say today you might have some urgent work or you are not available or any other reason, correct? So what we do, all the class recordings we provide in our application and in our desktop application also, correct? So let's say in case you missed
No,
a
not for the single one. Not for the single one, the total class. If I wanted to join in other timing slots, is there any availability?
So for this month in March, 8 to 9 p.m. is the slot, right? Maybe in April, possibly we'll have a different slot. But as of now, we have not planned a batch in April for Playwright Python.
Okay.
And
And this course includes the web application testing as well as the API also.
Yes,
Both.
both.
Okay. And how long is the duration?
3 to
The
3.5
duration
months.
of the course.
3 to 3.5
Okay.
month.
Okay.
So the
And
regular
the resume.
classes Monday to Friday will be for 3.5 months.
Yes.
Yes. 1 hour daily.
And sir,
1 hour daily.
Okay, got it.
and you will do the resume preparation and give some projects in the resume, right?
Sure.
So, there are a lot of other benefits actually we have not mentioned here, but there are a lot of other benefits, right? That is provided, correct? So, uh, definitely mentors will also be part of it, right? So they will also guide you with the, let's say, mock interviews of a resume preparation, correct? And even the study material. So everything will be assigned to you within the application. So you'll be given a login credential, right, within the GroTechMinds application. So our application is available in both Android and iOS as well, right? So you would be able to log in, and all the study materials and everything will be assigned to you in the application itself. So don't worry, like there are many things. So like as you progress, right, team will be guiding you. Don't worry about that.
And how this pre-ISTQB certification and pre-performance testing certification, I mean, how it will be conducted? Like, we need to give exam after the
No, so see,
looking at the classes.
right? So this is whether it's manual testing or ISTQB certification or performance testing, right? It's all training, correct? Specifically for ISTQB certification, that is also training. So nowhere we are conducting exam, correct? In case, let's say if you want to appear for the exam after training, that you'll have to go to the portal ISTQB, and there you'll have to kind of enroll for it. So purely we are providing the training part of it. I hope I answered.
Okay, yes, thanks.
Cool.
So, Abhishek, you said the batch will start from 7th March. Like initially, it was told that the 24th Feb will be the starting date. So, is there any change in schedule?
Uh, the fourth. So,
Yeah.
first week is what we are targeting, right? I told tentatively first week of March.
Okay. So that date is confirmed, right?
So that's why I told first week of March. That's a tentative date, so don't worry. It
Oh,
can
okay.
go 1 or 2 days, 3 days here and there. So
Okay.
Yeah, and one other thing, see, if many people are having difficulty joining weekdays because of the work commitments, and if many of us are willing to take up the classes over the weekends, maybe 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday, is there a such facility can be made available?
see, that is something, I mean, it's between the students and the trainers, right? I mean, it happens, but you people should discuss. If all are aligned, right? Because see, let's say in a batch 20, 30 people would be there, right? So chances that people will shift from weekdays to weekends are very, very less, right? That has never happened. People most likely might have requested for, let's say, maybe 15 minutes later or 15 minutes early or half an hour. So those changes, if obviously time is there, we can definitely do it. But changing from weekdays to weekend, that has never happened. Never happened. In last 4, 5 years, it has never happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So guys, I think like all the questions are answered, right? Even the
I have one more question that if we are talking about this 3 to 4 month course on that, how much we are going to cover for Python scratches, or is it going to be like advanced level Python? So can you if you explain something like if we are moving directly to object oriented programming and then we are picking up for framework creation, how it is going to be happen?
So in a Python part, we will start from hello world program.
Okay,
Okay,
and
it
then
means
like how much time you will
so it will
take
take
will be take?
generally take 1 to 1.5 months, depends on the student grasp power. So we
Okay.
always not in the hurry to complete the task. Okay, we have to complete it. No, it is completely depend on your level of understanding, that how you are making the progress, and then we'll move ahead. We are not in hurry to complete the anything in a hurry, right? If you are comfortable, you have a questions, you have a query, you want to repeat the things, everything will go smooth with your pace, right? So it is, we are here just to train you proficiently, not to here just to sell the course, right? So when you go in the market, you can perform something that, okay, you just complete the course and after a few days, okay, I forget everything. So that's not going to happen, right? So we'll start from simple hello world program. The person who doesn't have any zero knowledge about programming language will start from there and will complete till the oops concept, and then we'll start the automation part.
Okay. Thank you, Dipesh. Thank you,
Yes,
Abhishek.
Sriji. Yes, Sriji. Thank you.
So, guys, in case those who are interested to enroll for the Python Playwright course, right? Please fill the form. I have shared the form multiple times in the chat box, so you can definitely fill the form. The webinar recording will be sharing in the group as well, the WhatsApp groups, right? So that those who have missed, or let's say if you couldn't attend the complete 1 hour of webinar, you can definitely go and refer the recordings at a later stage as well, right? So Dipesh, I think we should wrap it up now. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyone has anything to ask, you can ask us, or else we'll close.
Sir, can you share that form in the WhatsApp?
Yeah, yeah.
WhatsApp?
Yes. I'll be
Okay,
sharing the
thank you.
form in the WhatsApp group as well. Don't worry. Okay. Like within 2 minutes, I'll put it there. Okay.
I just want to say thank you so much, Dipesh. It's
Thank
really
you.
an awesome demo you have given to us from the
Thank you,
scratch. You
sir.
can see the practical demo. I really want to join it. The only thing, like I'm already taking the API classes with our GroTech. Abhishek know that, and it's the same timings. The timing for not matching. So might be the next batch. I will be the one to join it.
Yeah.
So hope you filled the form.
Yeah. Okay. I will fill it. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Thank you.
Please fill
put
it.
it in our records so that whenever the next slot is coming, we'll call you.
Yeah. Sure. Definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shankar. Thanks.
Thank you everyone for joining. Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank
Dipesh,
you,
Abhishek.
Abhishek. Thank you,
Thank you.
Dipesh. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
being
Dipesh.
here.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, Vijay.
Good night. Same to you.
Nice.
Thank you. Bye bye. Good night. Yeah.
Bye bye. Bye bye, everyone.